where to jump in.
Okay. So
Did you
why
want
don't
to?
you just like introduce yourself and tell us about what's going on in your life, like right now? What are you on a spiritual journey? Are you awakening?
Yes, I think I've officially, I think been on a journey since 2012. So for like three and a half years now. And I definitely have felt like I think I'm opening up more. I'm getting a little more in tune. Well, I'm definitely more in tune with my spiritual side. Um, but I've always, since I've been on this path, I've been wanting to develop my intuitive side more. I just didn't know how.
Mhm.
And then when Willanie and Khalil started telling me about what they were doing, I thought that was interesting and exciting, but I still wasn't sure if I was ready. But now I feel like I'm ready.
And you see the difference in them, right?
Yes.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
They're just so completely different. It's amazing.
Yes.
I love it. So that's really good. Well, it just seems like every time that I was saying to Khalil earlier, when like-minded people get together, it's just very open, and it flows so much easier. Like, and you just learn to trust and let go, and don't analyze. So as long as we can keep getting together on a regular basis and just, doing some exercising, learning to meditate, doing some chakras, we'll learn a little bit about crystals. And what else did you want to teach, Melanie?
I think he covered it. Maybe healing as well.
Yeah. I was hoping that David would also come in. And Khalil, you're going to want to do some things too.
Yeah, I'll jump in with whatever makes sense that day.
Yeah. I
Let's see.
mean,
Yeah, and I guess with Ryan and Tiffany, they both are familiar with the basics on what we do, just because we talked to them a lot and told them about it. So it's really just I think at this point, I think they're really close to being ready to just jump right on in. So Ryan, was there anything in particular that you thought was more exciting than other stuff?
Um, no, I don't think so. I mean, based on what Gail said, I mean, I already meditate daily, even though sometimes, some days, the quality of the meditation I think is a little better than other days, but I meditate daily. Um, I'm already familiar with chakras, and there's actually a meditation that I listen to from time to time to help me clear my chakras. But I think I'm mainly more focused on learning how to listen to my inner voice and how to tune into that more and follow that.
yeah. I find with meditation, keeping on some type of ritual really helps enhance it. It really does. And I think it would be good practice, and I don't know if you agree, Khalil and Wilney, to maybe do a little meditation and get Tiffany. Tiffany, wasn't your boyfriend going to show up too?
No, he wasn't gonna come.
Oh, is he there now? No.
Yeah, he's in the living room. I'm in the bedroom
And
because the fan's in here.
he doesn't care to join us.
He's not ready yet.
No, it's fear, and that's what it is. It's fear off the bat, and it's the same thing that Ryan was dealing with. Feeling not ready, like I don't want to go out there, but that's good. But there's some other things before just getting into it, Khalil, that we should really talk about, and that's grounding.
Hmm.
On a daily basis, and that's connecting to Mother Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And like doing a meditation, I have one where I have a silver cord coming out of both feet going into the ground, and I imagine the cord, whatever color you want, but my cord is silver, and it just goes through my bedroom floor and down through the earth, and I see it going into the center core of the earth. I even see lava and fire down there. I say, I can imagine it all. And I'm going through this with the cord, and I'm wrapping around to the gigantic crystals of the earth. And they're providing me energy, and they're providing me an outlet to release the negative that flows, that's around me, in my aura. And I'm grounding myself, and I'm going to be doing breathing exercises to breathe in the love light and breathe out stress. And you want to see it going out any cord, you know what I'm saying, or down and out of your body. So that's one really good way. I also, in the same meditation, I do it out by the pool. I picture a cord going up to the sun and wrapping around the sun. And then I do the breathing exercises, and what I say is, as I'm breathing, like I'm breathing in love and patience and abundance, whatever I'm lacking for that day, and I'm breathing out. Sometimes I'll curse. Sometimes just the stuff comes out. I'm breathing out that's junk right now. And I can actually feel it, and I can see it leaving me. And then I'll go into the chakras, and I'll go... someone taught me the wrong way to work with chakras, but I did fix it. And what I do is I go with the crown. No, I go with the root chakra, and it's red, and you're going to see it spinning counterclockwise. And then you go up to the next one, and it's orange, and that's spinning counterclockwise. And then I go up to the next one, it's yellow, and then green, and then I pick a ocean blue, like a solid blue, a deep blue. And then for here, I pick violet. And then for here, it's like a purple color. I mean, people say violet or purple, vice versa. I don't know how much accuracy it matters as much as it is on focusing. And how I seen a cartoon actually on Facebook. It showed them as pools. They're all pools with a line running through them, and the line is the water, or the energy, not the water, running from one to the other. And when they're all flowing, you can feel it. Everything works perfect, you know. And when they're not, you feel a little sluggish. You feel tired. You're not thinking as well. Your back hurts. I mean, there's different things, you know. And I don't know. I think it's important to learn about those things in your spiritual journey, because you're dealing with a lot of different people's energy. And when you're and even walking down the street, going into the mall, going into stores, you know, also cutting cords and dealing with people. When you're having relationships with people, their energy is still with you, you know. So you want to visually cut the cords that are connecting you, especially when you're like when I left my ex-husband. Let's say that, for instance. I wanted to cut that cord, but I wanted to do it properly, so I didn't want it to do it out of anger. So I had to do the shadow work before I could cut that cord. So what I would go into is going through the whole relationship and feeling what that felt like, because in my entire relationship, I would move a muscle, change a thought, so them feelings would get stored. So the first thing I did was just unwrap this and let it all come to the light. And I think the second thing that I did was just like sit there and feel it, you know. And then I paid attention to the judgments about myself when I was going through this whole transition. So everything unfolded one after the other. So then I knew I had some things. I also realized when I looked at most women, I was going to say certain women. I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth is most women, I didn't like them. You know, I hung around with guys. I was a bartender. You know, I just didn't want the drama. But, you know, in this work, I looked and I said, you know what, that I don't like in her is what I don't like in myself. Mm-hmm. So, wow, did I have my work cut out for me because I didn't realize how many women that were in my past that I did not like. So, and I took it from there. So then I realized that why did I feel this way towards myself? Where did this come from? And now it is from childhood and up. Is at the time of this particular learning, this part of this journey was telling me that. So then, therefore, I had to learn every single thing. You know, I had to start from scratch. I realized that everything tagged on a false belief. So I explain it like this, metaphorically speaking. Since I've been born, I have this board, and I started filling it out, and other people might have filled it out along the way as well. And like, I'm not worthy, and you won't love me unless I do this. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, my hair's too straight, it's too curly. You know, they don't like me because I have glasses. Or, you know, you start filling this board up. And then another thing I was taking into consideration is when we're taught as a child, we're taught some of the contradictive things is they're teaching us to go ahead and touch things, grab things. They want us to reach out. They handles to rattle, you know, and then you start reaching out for things, and they start slapping your hand because they don't want you touching it, right?
Right.
That's the first thing that it came to my mind. And the second thing that came to my mind was there they are. They're teaching you to go ahead and speak to people. Say hi, you know, throw them a kiss or whatever moms do. And then once you can do that, they're saying, oh, you can't talk to strangers. So it's a lot of stuff going on, you know, a lot of stuff. And then later here, where I am on this journey here now, after going through the course of the QHHT, which Khalil has went through, I realize it's not just this lifetime. It's many lifetimes, you know, and I communicate to Jesus, I communicate to angels, I can communicate to spirits that are crossed over, I can communicate to plants, and I can communicate to animals. So it didn't come all at once. It's little by little by little by little by little. But what happened is I just let go, and I allowed, and I kept doing the work, you know, and the more, it's just like a light can come through and shine. What do you think, Khalil? I mean, what helped you on your spiritual path to get you where you are today? It's not just going into a room and saying, okay, let's just do this, because that's not how it happens.
You know, for me, it was making sure and just trying to be passionate about being passionate. I think that was the catalyst for me.
Mm-hmm.
And just getting into things that seemed like they were important to get into. And I just did that for months. And at some point, I started moving in this direction, and things just made more and more sense. And I was looking for things to make sense. You know, that I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what was good for me. I knew I could do all kinds of stuff, but there was nothing that stuck out as that's what I want. You know, and so I was just looking to see. I figured there's something out there that I want. I just haven't run into it yet.
What made you look for that? Can I ask you that? What made you look? What inside you made you look? What turned on? What turned off? What turned on?
I'm not sure what made me start to look, but the thing that inspired me to look even stronger was seeing a Bashar video where he mentioned being passionate about being passionate. And there was a whole spiel behind it, but that concept really is what inspired me to move in the right direction. So if there was a catalyst for me, that was the catalyst. Although it had started before that point, I really don't recall when or exactly how it started. But I've always wanted to know all the stuff, you know, just in general. And,
Well, don't you think that at some point you question beliefs?
Yeah, yeah. I questioned.
I think that's the first
questioned
thing
all
that
kinds of
turns
beliefs.
on for me.
Yeah. I'd say that as a kid, I was questioning beliefs, but there are also a lot of beliefs I didn't question, didn't even realize uh, were questionable, you know. And so I think Tiffany's lagging. Oh, never mind.
I know. She just turned on the app. Tiffany, you do not want to get me started. But I'm making you
I didn't know you could see that. Dang it.
You will sound like a bandito in 5 seconds
I
flat.
thought I was being
Sorry,
sneaky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello. Sorry. Yes.
So, but yeah, overall,
Oh, yeah, Kathy. I'm doing. I'm.
I think I'm just gonna
Can I
let
call you
Bill
back at like
say the last
9
sentence.
o'clock? It's a little late. All right. Thank you so much. Sorry. Bye bye. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Did you tell her what I would do?
Oh no, I didn't, but I'm sure it'll be seen soon enough.
Yeah. If
They'll-
I get
they'll need-
bored, they have these little effects on the side where you can put a mustache, a party hat, and I started decorating everybody when they're talking. I start putting things on them. So okay, and even myself, but it's cute. But I'm sorry, Khalil.
Oh well.
Me too.
Well, I mean,
I
that
didn't
was,
know everyone could see it. I've never been on here before, so I just saw, what's this? And I
Yeah.
just clicked to see what it was. I thought I was just gonna read a description of what it was, and then it popped up these little hats and stuff. I was like, ooh.
yeah.
Yes,
Right.
that's cool.
But yeah, just overall, really just asking questions. I think is the first thing for me. And ever since I was a kid, I was always that kid that would ask all the questions. Maybe kids would be encouraged to quit asking questions, and that wouldn't discourage me. I'd still ask anyway, and that carried on. And so and over the years it didn't really stop. And at some point, just the whole be passionate about being passionate added on to that and turned into me finding a lot of these things that I didn't know existed for me. I figured they existed for somebody way out there, but not me. I don't live in the cave meditating all day long. So but definitely just intending to follow your dreams. I think that's the basis of it. If you follow your dreams, you'll head down this path at some point. Unless somebody has some kind of dream of doing something just totally different that has nothing to do with this path. But it seems like it all comes back to this path anyway. So people are going to end up here one way or another if they're following their dreams. If you're an athlete, if you're a sprinter, you end up finding out that meditating helps you to sprint better. And then you're meditating, and then you find out that visualizing helps you to sprint better. And visualize yourself running across the finish line. Next thing you know, you're learning.
That's a good thing for your friend there, Ryan. Ryan to do that exercise. That would really help because I don't mean to interrupt, but when she was discussing her business, I captured them words that she did not expect it to be busy. So when we tune into what we expect, we're going to get what we expect because the universe doesn't know if it's good or bad. It's just giving us what we're tuning into. So that's good that you brought that up. For you to, for us all to focus on. These words have power.
Yeah. I mean, we can shift to a reality where it goes the way we hope it would go, or the way that we expect it to
quitting
go.
your job and starting your own business. Something along that line.
So I guess Ryan, you may not have heard it, but yeah, I sent in my resignation letter yesterday.
Oh, okay. So you did yours yesterday, and Willanie did hers today, or
She did hers also I think she did hers the day before yesterday.
Okay.
Um, she was well. Anyway, yeah, we decided we were going to do it that night, or actually, Willanie decided she was going to do it that night, and I think I may have still been undecided, but you know, just as time progressed, I was the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. Like what the heck am I still doing here? You know, every second that I'm spending doing this, I'm specifically not doing the things that now I know I want to do. Before I just didn't know. So I wasn't really missing anything because I didn't have anything that I wanted to run to. But now I do. I want to do a lot of things,
So
and they
then,
involve not being at this job. You know.
so like, and the way that you got there with this is another important aspect to what we're doing. You did exercises, you know, like the visual things that also helps enhance the psychic abilities. Like, if you see a triangle or an octagon or a circle, and you see it in your meditation. And what I started off, and it's in Bashar's videos, and not only Bashar is the only person that shares that. Many people do share that. But I also did. Let me finish what I mean. So you take a square and you visualize that in your imagination. It's just a simple square. Spin the square. You can see it spinning. All right, spin it up, spin it down. All right, now stop the square from moving. And then, very good, Khalil. You rock at that, man. You really are good. You spin that square, and then you stop the square from spinning. Make it a 3D image. Make it a box. Okay, you see the box, and then you're going to start moving that box around. Make it a color, a solid color. You move it around in your imagination, and then put a dot in the corner of one of the corners of the square of the box, and then you're going to see that spinning, and you're going to see that dot showing up when it's spinning, and then you're going to see that box just stop, and then it's going to open up like a piece of paper, like a paper mache. It's just going to unfold, and you're going to see where that dot is, and then you see the paper mache, or however, you know, coming back together, the square, the cube, whatever, however you want to see it, and then start spinning it again. And you do that for a little while, and you'll feel something funny, and I think it's actually activating your third eye. You know, another thing that I paid attention to was not using fluoride toothpaste, because that has well, it does it calcifies the pineal gland.
What about fluoride drinking water?
Yeah, I buy this stuff for my water, and I even have a $400 pitcher that my water has to spin in before I drink it. Believe it or not. I have stuff for that as well. But yeah, like you go in, you'll learn all different tricks. People, I see you working in healing oils, Ryan. So you might want to look that up. You're going to be working, because you're going to be branching out into organic materials, because that's what's in demand, and I see that yeah, that's where you're going to be moving with different things. You know, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm sorry. That happens sometimes. Yeah. You might want to look up taking a course in them oils. But do your shopping and maybe bring it up to all of us and let us feel if we think it's the right one, or check your own instinct and see if it's the right one. Like,
I already make oils. Well, it's body oils that match my soap.
Right.
But they're you know, they include essential oils, but I guess I didn't look at them as necessarily being healing oils, I guess.
No, you're going to go further, not just regular oils. You're going to go into herbs
Okay.
as well. You're going to be branching out. You're going to take a course. I see you taking a course. I mean, like I say, everything is free will. What I see today could, if you're not there tomorrow and you see something else that tickles your fancy, then that's the way you go. You know, but that would be a great thing for you to get involved in.
Okay. Thank you.
You look around online. Look around. Just check out the malls and see what pops out at you. You know, come up with your own creative ideas. Step outside the box. 'Cause you are creative. That's another message for you. Sure. I didn't mean to be going into messages. I'm sorry. Well,
If they come, they
I
come. Definitely
interrupted
say
you.
them. If you get them, don't just hold them back. You know.
Yeah, but I think it's important that we all share with them what are the different things, you know. All right, so we were talking about the shape, making it a box or a cube or whatever, and then what I did was I added something else next to it, a triangle, the circle. The circle's a flat circle, then it becomes 3D image, a full ball shape, you know. And I would see this really gets tricky, and you'll feel this twitching and everything. When you get 3 objects going, woof, like you feel like, oh, I gotta quit. But you just do it a teeny bit. And another exercise that really turned these two on, it turned me on, it turned a lot of people on, is imagine Jesus or God watching you right where you are right now. Above you, he can be anywhere you picture. And then watch him watching him, watching you. And then watch him, watching him, watching you. Right there, I already see it, and this is going off in my head. You know, it's almost uncomfortable because I'm not used to that feeling. So when you're feeling that, that is activating your third eye.
Yeah, I got the same effect.
Right?
I
So,
mean, not just now, but when I actually spent the time and did it. You know.
yeah, but then the more you add on, you start to feel it back here. You know, don't stop. Like every day, if you can add 50, keep doing it. I mean, it's time consuming, but my gosh, I think it helps you connect to source. You know, I really do. All them exercises, letting go and trusting, and whatever comes when you're ready to read, just say it. Don't analyze it. It may not be the message right now, and it's okay. Who cares? It's going to come. Most likely it is the message, though. Right, Lil?
Yeah, if you get something, then that is just the message. If you sit there and analyze it until you get something, then hey, who knows what you'll get? You'll get like every option of what a message could be. But typically, when you ask the thing and you get an immediate answer, that's the message.
Willany, does Willany have something to add to that?
Just when you mentioned about the feeling, I felt more in the third eye, like you were saying, like a warm sensation when you did it, and I didn't even think of it to think of from that perspective, like that God consciousness, thinking of God and then God looking at you and looking at yourself. That's pretty deep.
Yeah, and it just really opens you up. I just think I'm just trying to gather all the things that we went through that really enhanced us. Like he says with the videos, you did a lot of what's her name? Teal, too.
Right.
Talking about Teal Swan.
Yeah. You know, there was one thing. There are 3 kind of main things whenever you're doing any of the psychic related stuff. You want to be open to whatever you get. You want to trust whatever you get, and then Um, to me, it comes last. You want to interpret whatever you get. Um, to me, the most important part for a beginner, at least, is to just be open to it and trust whatever you get, and then say it. You can interpret it after you get it out, but you want to actually get it out, because what can happen is you can get sentences worth of stuff, and if you don't get it out right now, then you're on to the 10th sentence, and you forgot sentence number 3. So I would encourage you to just, if something crazy comes out, if I'm doing a reading on Tiffany, for example, and I get, you know what, I'm getting orange worm. I don't know what that means, orange worm. Then I still need to say it out loud because that's what I got, and then I can say, okay, now what does orange worm mean? And then I can figure out what that means. But I definitely want to say it out loud, even if it sounds crazy. There have been a lot of times when, well, usually the message that I get ends up being something that's recognizable, and then sometimes it's something that I don't even recognize or get. This is just what I'm supposed to say, and then after I say it, maybe I ask what that means, or maybe the person that I say it out loud to is like, oh my gosh, that's this thing, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense why I'm talking about an orange worm, because you had a favorite drawing as a kid of an orange worm that you drew, or whatever it is, and all these things matter, no matter how weird it sounds, and even the person might not understand what the orange worm is when you say it. Even that's a possibility. Maybe later on they ask their uncle about it, and their uncle says, "Yeah, when you were a little kid, you found this orange worm. Yeah, when you were at my house." And maybe the whole thing was to spark up some conversation with the uncle. Who knows the reason or rhyme behind all the messages. Some of them are very clear, some of them aren't. But as long as you just trust whatever you're getting, you just let it out, and you trust that you got it for a reason. You wouldn't just get orange worm if it didn't mean something to somebody at some point. And typically, whoever it's going to mean it to is going to be right there that you're communicating with. So definitely, it's always worth just being open to whatever you get, and just trusting, and just letting it out as it comes. There's always time for translation later. It reminds me of the QHHT technique. There's always time for that later.
I know. There's certain words that are said that I remember like that too.
Right.
What else did I want to ask you about? There was another thing that I wanted to bring up about this. Shucks, go ahead. Just keep going, and I'll think of what. I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm always interrupting you, so I'm trying to sit back, and I should have a pen and piece. That's it. Pen and piece of paper next to you.
Well, you know what I do, Gail? I actually just type it into the little sidebar.
No, I mean for when you're beginning to get messages.
Oh, okay.
You write it down.
See paper now as we're doing this, so.
Very good. I knew you were doing it, though. I saw you. It wasn't my gift. I saw you. I see you. I put 2 and 2 together.
Okay.
But when I was telling you about the herbs and things, I noticed it. Yeah, there's another thing. I'm not very big on this, but Willany and Khalil is dreams, dream interpretations, dream diaries, and even journals, keeping journals every day. I am with that. With the dreaming, I'm going to leave that to Khalil and Willany, because I'm not claiming a darn thing. Words have power, and I know that. So I'm going to dream like nobody dreamt before tonight.
All right. I just got a message from Audrey. She's still out, and she has to run an extra errand, so she's not going to make it until the next class. But she'll be here shortly.
Well, she can also have the recording.
Okay.
You know, so that's a shame we couldn't have Tiffany fix me up my hair, put some makeup on me so I look good in the video. You know, they'll have to hook this app up a little bit better. But okay, so what else? What else could we bring up that would help them?
I
I
think
have
it's
one.
no, you go.
One that you brought up, Gail, and you said it to both of us. It was like a phrase that you said, and it was almost like before you ended the phrase, you felt it. It was like God consciousness calling, and Khalil told me to try it because he had tried it, and I felt like the same results that he had, but just different. It was something like you claimed that it's here. I can't even remember the words. Khalil, you might have to help me out.
I'm not sure.
I didn't
Oh
write
well,
it down either.
we'll get it the next time around, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
I think it was
Spirit's not helping
powerful for
me at
women.
all. Spirit's like you're not always talking, Gail.
You know, I was thinking we should just go ahead and practice doing some readings. That'll really help us to get a sense of what it feels like, and you know, we can talk about it all day, but until you do it, then how, you know, what's the talk going to really help, you know? I think that the responses from how things go during the readings is gonna be our best help. So I know some of us who have been doing these a lot are okay just to do them first, but does anybody want to raise their hand because they really want to go first? Okay, so Gail, you want to go ahead and do the first one?
What am I doing? Am I doing everybody? Am I doing one person?
Let's keep it as simple as possible and just do a reading for a single individual. So who
I'm
wants
picking
to?
up on both of them.
Okay, well I guess you get what you get.
I'm volunteering Tiffany because you already gave me some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm not done with you yet, though, Chica. I'm not done in no means. Tiffany, you're having a tough day today. Yeah?
Not really. Well, I went to the
Stuck in your
dentist.
head a lot today.
I went to the dentist and I got my crown put in, and so I've been experiencing a lot of pain. And I just took like 600 milligrams of ibuprofen not that long ago, so it feels a little bit better. But yeah, so I've been dealing with that all day, and I just had some actual food just before 7 o'clock. And before that, my mouth was hurting so much I just didn't really eat anything but a banana and a sip of water, and it had to be room temperature. So it's been kind of rough.
Yeah, I feel that. At some point we should perform a healing on you. And that's another thing we could talk about, activating their hands and teaching them to work with energy. Maybe even that book. You could pass that book on, or even tell them about it, or you know what I'm saying? Because that really helps you really gain some momentum with the healing. You know, because we all have these abilities. We just have to gain some momentum and some I'm tired. I'm going blank. Confidence. There you go. You know, and once we get confidence, we get a hell of a lot better. But yeah, you'll be all right. We'll do a healing on you. It really will help you.
Yeah. Now you said you could see that I'm having a tough day because I'm touching my face. Is that what you said?
No.
Oh, okay.
I could just feel it that you're having a tough day. I thought you were hungry before. I don't know that I was getting you were hungry. in the beginning when you first signed on, I thought, boy, she needs to eat. So I guess that's because you haven't eaten all day. But no, I find that everything's going to change for you now. You know, and everything's about free will, and as long as this guy steps out of his fear and steps up, I think things are really going to look really good for you guys. I see you guys going to San Diego, but I don't see that right away. I see it down the line, maybe 6 months, maybe longer.
I got that too, Gail.
Yeah, I just do. I see you going there with him. That came to me when I was talking to Khalil earlier. And as for you, Missy.
Which Missy?
You, Missy, you know who I'm talking to. You know who I'm talking to. You gotta work on that thinking, because you're the one stopping your business from flourishing, because you got some good stuff going on there.
Okay.
Good, you know, you're using good good aromas, you're using good products, I mean, yeah, I see that. See, look it, I'm not usually like that. She typed it, I was like, all zooming in. Oh, and then yesterday I talked to my son on the phone on the Facebook messaging, and he seen my neck, and he said, "Mom, I see a turkey." I said, "You see a turkey? Where's the turkey?" He said, "Your neck." I was so mad to now every time I should be putting the computer up here. So I was like, what a thing! Only your kids could get away with shit like that. Yeah, I just think that everything feels really, really great. It really does for both of you, and Willanie and Khalil. There's a little fear in your belly there, Miss Willanie. A little bit of fear.
Yeah, I can see that.
So just work on releasing it. Get in touch with it. Like I do this exercise. It looks weird. It's my hand, but it's a cobra, and it's fear, and that's how I look at it. Oh, shucks. I'm trying my best to get a good setup here. And what I do is I use this and I pet it and I talk through the problem. Like I'm going to use the same thing because it's a good analogy. When Spirit told me to go ahead and shucks. Go ahead. I got to get the cord, and the cord's on the other side of the room to plug it in over here, and I want to finish. I hope it doesn't shut off. No, I can't afford it to shut off. I'll just have to wait. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, in the meantime, let's see. So if I'm doing a reading on somebody, you know, I'm just gonna relax myself. Just get in a calm meditative state. I know you guys are familiar with that. And once I'm centered, I don't need to do any special ritual if I don't want to. You can have your own special ritual, but nothing is required specifically. There are some things that make it easier to get started potentially, depending on the person, but there's nothing that one has to do to get to a point where they can start getting the information. And the more you practice it, the more you get, and the easier you get it to where you can be jogging down the street and you get stuff while you're jogging. It doesn't matter, you know. But anyway, the main thing is, at least as a beginner, you want to just let yourself get centered, and then you can do a couple of different things. I'll tell you what I do, and Gail and Willem can tell you what they do. But basically, I imagine if I'm doing a reading, let's say on rain, I'll imagine myself once I get centered, I'll just take a deep breath, and as I take the deep breath, I imagine some part of me kind of lifting up, and then as I breathe back out, I imagine it just kind of falling into Ryan's aura, and then once that happens, then I start getting sensations, maybe physical sensations, my third eye doing something, or or maybe I can feel some energy flowing through some part of me, or maybe I start maybe I get something visual and I can see something. If I'm looking at Ryan on the screen, maybe I can see something in her background or something like that, or some little things doing some little silly stuff. Who knows what it is, you know? But there's the opportunity for me to notice anything, and it can happen in a few different ways. There are some basic senses. I think Tiffany, Ryan, you might be pretty familiar with this, but I'll just repeat it anyway. You have your clair abilities, which they're traditionally called. So you have your clair sentience. That's where which one is that again? Clair sentience.
Is that feeling?
Yes, that's right, everybody, right? Okay. And then you have your clair audience. Which one is that again?
Here, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then you have your clair voyance. Which one is that? Clairvoyance.
You see things?
Yes. Voyance for visual. Okay. And you have your clair gustance.
The one? Smelling or tasting?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one that even is. I don't use that one that much. Clearly, I don't even think of that word anymore. Clairgustance. Okay, we might have to come back to that. And what's the last one? Clair. What's the one where you just know something? Claircognizance. That's where you just know it. And so, you know, Gail fell off and it's still live. I wonder if it stays recording while she falls off. We'll find out. But I know that when this has happened before, sometimes it's gone. Gail, does it still say live on there?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we're still recording.
So that's awesome that worked. I don't know what happened, but my cord's not charging my computer. I might not be able to stay on. I guess from pulling the cord all the time, it is not. I would have to take it and splice it and get electrical tape. I guess I messed it up. It's not charging. I'm holding it with my hand.
That's the only way to keep it in?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of message that means in your life, you know.
I'm a diehard. I'm here, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope because I went off that they're not stuck, you know, and knock them off as well. But then I remember this happening to Brad.
Yeah, I think did we all get kicked off when Brad was gone?
No, when he got kicked off, I took over the class that day, and he said he'd probably be back in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, and the recording just didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because his computer shut down because it was trying to do that live update.
Oh yeah, good times. So we were just talking about the different clair abilities. So claircognizance, that's where you just know the information. A lot of times we'll get claircognizance, and we might say, "Well, did I hear it? Or did somebody tell me? Did I hear that?" And it's like, no, you actually just knew it.
Automatic knowing.
Yeah. Sometimes it'll feel kind of like a telepathic information giving. Sometimes, you know. So, and that's just where you get thoughts and feelings, and you don't have to try to interpret what the thoughts and feelings are. You just get them and you know what they are.
But I think also that most intuitive people are empaths. So add that into it, too.
Okay. There's clair empathy. What does that mean?
Does it mean you can feel what the other person is feeling? Is that?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were asking them. Are you asking me?
Oh no, I was asking Ryan and Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can sense what they're feeling. You can kind of sense what their motives are to a degree. You know, if they want to if they want to give you a big hug, maybe you can see that, maybe you can sense that, or whatever, So I really think you guys are ready to just try it out. I'll just do a. Oh, Gail, I guess now that you're back, let's let Gail finish the reading and then we'll go from there.
I was with Willany, so I was getting in contact with the fear, and the fear is from the old belief systems. So I would like for you and to Khalil to do an exercise tonight.
Okay.
What am I fearful for? And we're going to bring out that cobra. And all right, I was doing the what I had said was Spirit had directed me to buy a ticket to San Francisco to do a group gathering, and I didn't know what it was talking about. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And it's like, "Well, you can do a group gathering." And I was like, "I don't know anything about it." So when you get a message, you ask questions, and then you come up with the plan from there. So then they said, "Well, you need to check. You need to look around on Dolores' website." So I looked around and darn sure if it wasn't there. So I called Autumn. I was like, "Autumn lives in San Francisco." I was like, Jay wants me to go to San Francisco, and she's like, "Oh, well that's cool because my roommate's leaving." It just like happens automatic. So in like 1 hour, I was sitting there getting a message, and in the end of that hour, I had talked to Autumn, booked a vacation, and bought plane tickets, and then had to start learning the group regression in order to do it, to perform this over there in San Francisco. So I pretty much listened to everything. So I kind of stepped out of my fear, but I got so fearful, my heart was pounding, my stomach was flipping, and Jay says, "Pull out your hand and now start petting it." "What are you fearful about?" "All right, I'm going to San Francisco." "All right, so what happens if you do the group and nobody shows up?" "Well, nothing really, because you have nothing lost, nothing. But what really happens?" "Well, I'm there and I visit with Autumn and Nick, and I'm still petting. So the more I'm petting, my heart is soothing. It just feels like a soothing pat on my heart. Or you can even maybe just touch your heart. Why do you need your hand? You know what I'm saying?" But this is how he told me to do it. So then he said, "Well, okay, so let's say 1 or 2 people show up. What would happen?" I said, "Well, the money would go towards the ticket, and the healing would be appreciated." And I was okay with that. So what am I so fearful about? There was nothing to be fearful about.
Right.
When I picked it apart, I mean, there really wasn't much to it, but in here, in our body, in our minds, it is something gigantic. Until we pull it apart, it's really nothing.
Yeah.
What is the worst that can happen? God never lets anything that bad happen to us. And dying is a great thing. So, all right, I'm gonna mute.
Okay.
No, Khalil. All right, I'm sorry. So we'll you just need to just do some exercises with him, and you guys too will do it together. The same fear is in your belly, but you're doing really well. And Khalil, you need to express. You need to speak your truth when you're feeling something with Willany, because it's really going to help your relationship at this point. It's going to help you really open up that flow and that speaking your truth. You know what? I'm scared. My heart's pounding. You know what I have? I have faith. Faith bigger than that mustard seed. And honey, I know I can do this. And then you go from what it is and make it to what you want it to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There'll be something going down tonight with that. Jay's not telling me everything, but I know something magical is going to happen.
Okay.
But you must talk. We don't want to run this class too much over 9 o'clock, but she is very tired.
Oh, Tiffany?
Yes.
Who? What? I look tired?
I mean, you and Willany. you need to really call it a night. Like maybe we should even just read for a little while. And, you know what I'm saying? So you two get the time to do your work tonight, because you don't want to stay up late. Tiffany's got a toothache, and she's okay. She's good.
Okay, so something just came up. Tiffany asked the question about. Okay, Tiffany, go ahead and talk about what you mean there.
Oh, I just put it up there so I wouldn't forget to ask whenever the time was right to ask. But
This is the right time.
okay, so on Monday I spent the weekend with Denny and Willany a lot, and I spent the night on Saturday and Sunday night, and so I was
Danny.
around Chase, their dog, and when I was leaving on Monday, I just left like regular, and Denny told me over the phone while I was in the car on the way home that Chase really just kind of did something that Denny has never seen Chase do before, and so he was really like whining and looking kind of, I guess,
He was at
frantic.
the door like he was missing you.
Yeah, he was really it was intense. Like he was really, really missing me. Like, where did she go? Where did she go? I wasn't ready for her to leave. And so I just thought that was interesting because he's never done that before. And even whenever I was on speakerphone, he could tell I was on speakerphone.
Oh yeah, and he got excited.
Yeah,
He
and then
quit
whenever
crying.
Denny hung up the phone, he got, frantic again, like, wait.
Wow, that's incredible. You got
So
a
I just wonder what is that about? I don't know. What is that about?
really.
Okay, Gil, before you say anything, Ryan, when asked that question, what comes to mind?
Ask her to ask herself.
I felt like Tiffany and Chase just bonded.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was feeling like. They just really bonded somehow.
Okay. That's what I was looking to happen. Just whatever comes to you first. Tiffany, I know you've thought about it a whole lot, so I didn't want to ask you first, but Tiffany, ask yourself what it means. So go ahead and center yourself, and then just take about 2 or 3 deep breaths and just center yourself. And then once you center, you can just say, what does that mean? And then let us know what
Say it
comes
out
up.
loud. Like say, what does that mean? Out
And
loud?
it doesn't
You
matter.
can. It doesn't matter. You can if you want though.
Okay.
But just go. Just take your time, center yourself, and see what comes up.
I got that my energy is changing. I'm changing and I'm growing, and Chase knows that,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels good. He likes to be around that really good changing energy, and it just feels good for me to pet him and be around him and interacting with him because I'm changing spiritually for the better.
Great.
You're very good. But, you know what else that I got? Like, did you ever see one dog have an infatuation with another dog? Did you ever see that? Well, they just stick by each other. Well, that dog is infatuated with you, and it is tuned into your energy, very much tuned into your energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's also very much aware of the roller coaster ride you're going through, and it's trying to provide you comfort as well. And you did feel that with that dog. You were very much aware of that. There's a good connection there. That's good. That's really lovely.
That's interesting that you say that, Gail, because when I had the food poisoning, Khalil told me that he was like right by my bedside like the whole entire time, even though I wasn't aware of it. He was, and it wasn't until like if I got up, he'd go where I went, or if I left the room, he'd be right by me, and I could see that doing the same for Tiffany too.
Well, there's different spirits that work when animals, just like different spirits interact with us, like our angelic guides. You know, plants, they have elementals. The animals have the same. Shucks, Nelson's calling me. Excuse me. Shucks. I'm so sorry.
All right, so Willanie, can you go ahead and just kind of give your interpretation of what it means?
What?
The chase thing?
Let's see. I'm just getting that basically what I said, he just built a connection with you, Tiffany, and he likes the energy that you've given because it's changing and it's pretty welcoming, so he really enjoyed your company. So when you left, he was like, no, don't go. Don't go.
Oh, you're still talking about the dog saying don't go?
Yeah.
And what I got.
I even knew the dog was next to you when you were sick because I was talking to Khalil and Khalil said the dog was in there. And it was like, oh, that dog knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dogs, animals are things. All of these things are not an accident. Just like when people are put into our lives, to like you, my friend, are not put here today to meet me just by accident. It's to help each other evolve, all of us. And animals are involved in that. Plants. Like, I got them involved with IMTV. Hopefully you'll get involved with it, both of you guys, because, like, you can even go into, they do experiments with plants. And the guy went to get up, and they put a lie detector on the plant, and the guy went to get up with the intention to burn the leaf, and he was burning the leaf. He did it for real. And the plant reacted, and the lie detector went off the charts before he even went to go put the flame there. You know, so they said, oh, there's something to this. You know, so then they they did experiments, but on IMTV this is on there. Of all these experiments, everything around us is conscious. I mean, we'll talk about program and water. This is Sanskrit language. Up here it says, underneath that one thing, it says chi love, right? Because this is consciousness. Right here in this water is. It's alive. And I'm drinking it. It's going into my body. So I'm blessing my water all the time with intention. This Sanskrit is all a blessing to use me to heal, for abundance, for prosperity, for joy, for healing, for the willingness. You know, like, and I just leave it there. And I know that when I drink this water, it's full of the love and abundance that I want in my life. So cheers. I'm drinking it for all of us and spreading it around.
All right. And Tiffany, what I was getting with the thing about Chase was that he really enjoys your energy in general anyway. But on top of that, he really wanted to support you at your time when you were exuding, hey, I want your support. You know what I mean? Like, he could sense that, and he really wanted to. So between really enjoying your energy, really just liking you, and really wanting to support you, when you left, he was like, wait, but we need more. You know, I want more of that. I want to do that more. You know, he's all about, you know, just exuding love and just showing love, and that's what he was doing in that example. Now, if you notice, everybody got something. You know, they were all in the same genre, but they were all different aspects of the same thing. Mm-hmm. And that's how it is when you do readings. You're not going to necessarily get every aspect of the entire thing, but you're going to get the parts that whatever frequencies you happen to hit whenever you do your reading, and those frequencies are constantly morphing and changing. So if you hit right here, and then you come back and you hit right here again, you might get something different. But it's likely that somebody's going to hit here, somebody's going to hit here, and on, and then so if you got a whole lot of readings like what we just did now, you might get something close to the whole picture, versus just one person. But as you practice and as you do it more, you just end up hitting, instead of just here, now you hit this area,
Okay.
and then eventually you hit a bigger area, and that's what the practice, that's what doing it more does. It helps you to hit a bigger area instead of just that one little spot, and it also allows you to do it more effortlessly. So there will be less requirement for centering and stuff like that. It might take a while. It might happen really fast. It all just depends on the person and their situation at that moment, But typically, once you get it, you don't lose it. It doesn't just go away. I could see if you actively try to do things to make it go away, but typically, by the time you get to the point where you're getting it, you're in the habit of doing all these things. Kind of like Ryan, you're in the habit of meditating daily. Tiffany, you're in the habit of just thinking about this stuff and really looking into these things, and it shows in the way you guys are able to accelerate. I know, Tiffany, you've been able to start getting messages now, and Gail, you'll know what it's all about when I say so Tiffany started getting her messages right around the same time Willie and I did, and we told her about us doing it, and then and she was getting, and what we had noticed was that I think Tiffany was getting messages actually before that, maybe in the last couple of months, Tiffany, was it? And didn't see it necessarily as that until we talked about it, and now it just makes total sense. So I see your mouth.
Yeah, she wasn't listening to that voice. But neither is Ryan. Either. So she's finally doing it now. It goes for all of us. We think that that's our inside voice. We don't know that it's something different.
Yeah, and once you can decipher that it's that thing that's.
How would I decipher that though?
It just comes with a little practice. If once you've actually done some readings, you can tell the difference between just a regular thought and stuff that you're getting.
But don't you have to ask questions? You got to remember to ask questions. That's how you can know. Remember, you asked me the other day, well, how do I know if that message is right for me to quit my job? I said, well, I'll grab a pen and piece of paper, Spirit, tell me what you have plans for.
Right.
If you want me to quit a job and that's my message, then you have a plan for me. Is the plan what? Give me something to go on. I have a wife and a home, so they understand that. So if they're going to give you a message, there's something behind that message.
Right. Yeah, and it's definitely worth just doing the stuff. And recently I've come to a new conclusion that it's not a requirement to have to ask for somebody's permission to kind of look to see what there is to see. Whatever, because as far as I'm concerned, if you get something, then it's something appropriate for you to get. I'm not gonna look into Willie while she's at work, and she's sitting there at the desk by herself without any students in the class, and then she scratches her butt or something. I'm not gonna get that. That's not necessarily appropriate.
Willie's about to pass out. She's so tired.
Oh, she's actually well, anyway.
She's
That's
really
right.
tired.
I'm really sleeping inside.
Yeah, sleepy. Very sleepy.
She'll she'll sleep very well tonight. Um, but anyway, you get what's appropriate for you to get. So, so let's see. So having said all that we've said so far, uh, do you guys want to see one more reading before you try one, or you just want to try it out and see what happens right now?
Have them just read all of us down the line on their screen.
I agree.
Just let them do it. You
Okay.
can just look at us, grab a pen and piece of paper, write it down. If you don't want to write it down, just do us one at a time and say it one at a time. You don't have to, this way you don't have any time to analyze what you're thinking. You don't want to go in there. So just boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Between Tiffany and Ryan, the last person to raise their hand is going to be the one that
I'll go. I mean, if
Okay, there we go. There we go.
I'm fine. I guess I just need to go on and just do it.
Yeah.
Something was telling me to just go ahead, so.
And what did that feel like when it was telling you to go ahead?
It was like a knowing. It was that one. What is the
Okay.
cognitive?
Cognizance.
The cognizance.
Right. Clear cognizance. Right. Right.
Clear cognizance. I feel like it's always been clear cognizance for me, but I kind of second guess it. Like, is that somebody else in my head, or? So I guess it's clear cognizance.
Yeah.
But it was just a knowing, like, go ahead and do it. Just go on. Just go. You know, like someone's just go on.
Yeah. Everybody, a lot of people are stronger in one than they are in others, and clear cognizance is clearly the one that comes most naturally to you.
Yeah.
As you practice more, the other ones will start becoming stronger
Okay.
too. Anyway, okay, go ahead. So you can start whichever side you want.
Okay, I guess I'll just start with, I'll start with Willany, because Gail disappeared. Okay. Okay, I guess I'll just say what I got. It's not like a whole bunch of stuff, but Willany, you're excited about going to San Diego, and at the same time, you feel a little,
Tiffany's giving the readings.
huh?
Sorry, that's Khalil in the background on the phone.
Okay. Yeah, Willany, you're excited about going to San Diego, and at the same time, you're a little bit, just kind of, I guess, fear of the unknown, like what's going to happen when we get there. But I think there's more so you're excited and you're trying to just trust that it's going to be great. But there's that little bit of like, ooh, this is a little crazy, but there's an overwhelming feeling like this is going to be good. And you're reassuring yourself that
Yes.
this is going to be good.
Yes, you're spot on. That's exactly it.
Great.
Nice job.
Okay. So I don't know if I need to meditate again. Like I actually did what Denny said he does. He pictures himself when he breathes in to picture himself kind of float up. At least I'm picturing myself floating up out of my body,
Okay.
like sort of a transparent figure of me, and then me going right next to that person, like in their personal space.
Cool.
And so that's I just tried that with you, and so it felt right, and it was easy to do. So I guess I'll just do that again.
Yeah, say if it feels right, do it, and then if not, there's other ways that you could do it too.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'll just do it again.
Okay. Who's next?
I guess I'll do Ryan next.
Okay.
Ryan, I feel like you're uneasy about being the next person doing the reading. You're not sure how well you're going to do.
Yeah.
I got that before I even tried to do the whole visualizing myself jumping into your personal space.
Yeah.
I got that right away. Like, you're not sure how well you're going to do. And the message I'm getting is it's not about how good or bad or well or whatever you think you're going to do. Just go on and try it, and that's going to be well.
Okay. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. Yes.
Okay. So, all right, I guess I'll just do the little jumping thing again.
Are you sure you haven't been doing this for a couple of years, Tiffany?
This is my first time ever.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the whole chase thing. I was like, oh, I was pretty clear. I feel like I know what he thought. And then, so, okay, I guess this isn't as hard as it seems when you've never done it. But, okay, I guess I'll do you now, Denny. I'm getting that, Denny, you're really proud of me. You're like super proud of me and so excited for me. And that's what I'm overwhelmingly getting, that you're so stinking proud of me. That's all I could get. It was just overwhelming.
That's accurate. So look at that. Yeah. Okay. Well, now when you said when you got what you got, how did it feel when you were getting that?
I actually felt the excitement that